G20 Summit 2023, a challenging but crucial opportunity to address global challenges. The G20 Summit is an annual meeting of the heads of state and government of the world's 20 largest economies, plus the European Union. It is the premier forum for international cooperation on the most important aspects of the global economy, such as international financial stability, climate change mitigation, and sustainable development. The G20 was founded in 1999 in response to the Asian financial crisis. Since then, it has become the most important forum for global economic governance. The G20 countries together account for about 80% of global GDP, 75% of international trade, and 2/3 of the world's population. The G20 summit is held each year in a different country. The 2023 G20 summit will be held in New Delhi, India, on September 23rd to 24th, 2023. The theme of the summit is Recover Together, Recover Stronger. The G20 summit is a unique forum because it brings together countries from all over the world, both developed and developing. This allows the G20 to address a wide range of global issues that affect all countries. The G20 summit is also a forum for countries to cooperate on finding solutions to global challenges. For example, the G20 has been instrumental in coordinating the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. The G20 summit is a complex and challenging event. It brings together leaders from countries with different interests and priorities. However, the G20 is also a forum for dialogue and cooperation. The G20 leaders often have difficult discussions, but they are committed to working together to address global challenges. Here is a more detailed look at some of the key issues that are likely to be discussed at the 2023 G20 Summit. The global economy. The global economy is facing a number of challenges, including high inflation, rising interest rates, and supply chain disruptions. The G20 leaders will need to discuss ways to support economic growth and reduce inflation. Climate change. Climate change is one of the most pressing challenges facing the world today. The G20 leaders will need to discuss ways to accelerate the transition to clean energy and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is having a major impact on the global economy and security. The G20 leaders will need to discuss ways to end the war and mitigate its impact on the world. Food security. The war in Ukraine and other factors are disrupting global food supplies. The G20 leaders will need to discuss ways to address the global food crisis and ensure that everyone has access to affordable food. Global health. The world is still facing a number of global health challenges, including COVID-19 and emerging infectious diseases. The G20 leaders will need to discuss ways to strengthen global health systems and prevent future pandemics. In addition to these key issues, the G20 leaders are also likely to discuss a number of other topics, such as digital governance, sustainable development, and inequality. The G20 summit is an important event for the world. It is a forum where countries can come together to discuss and address the most pressing global challenges. The outcome of the summit will have a significant impact on the global economy and security. Here are some specific outcomes that could come out of the 2023 G20 Summit. An agreement to cooperate on reducing global inflation. The G20 leaders could agree to coordinate their monetary and fiscal policies in order to reduce inflation and support economic growth. A commitment to accelerate the transition to clean energy. The G20 leaders could agree to set ambitious targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and investing in renewable energy. A plan to address the global food crisis. The G20 leaders could agree to coordinate their efforts to increase food production and reduce food prices. A new global health agreement. The G20 leaders could agree to a new global health agreement that would strengthen global health systems and prevent future pandemics. The 2023 G20 summit is a critical opportunity for the world's leaders to come together and address the most pressing global challenges. The outcome of the summit will have a significant impact on the future of the world.